So also what I'll be doing is changing the manifold studs to these lightweight titanium nuts and studs. So it should be a pretty easy process. Just put two nuts on and back the second one off closest to the engine block. Pull the stud out. These ones, they actually have a little Allen key. I don't know if you can see it, they've got a little Allen key head on them, so they should screw in pretty easily. And I'll probably give them away because these are super light and super strong. Bit of weight reduction there, and it should look pretty cool as well. So I'm just doing a stud removal, just using the simple method of 2 bolts, sort of tighten up on itself, and then you undo the back one, and that should crack the stud and should come out quite well. Done a couple, they've come out pretty good. It's just a bit awkward to get into the base sometimes. Just gonna nip the top one onto the second one. Once you nip it, you should be able to just spin it from the back, and the whole stud and the bolts should all just come out. As you can see, a little bit time consuming, but gets the job done. So yeah, and I'll get these studs out and I'll weigh them. We'll compare the titanium studs and washers and bolts to the old standard studs and the flared nuts. They didn't have washers on them. So yeah. So as you can see, got all the studs out, ready for the titanium install. So we're just going to put the old studs and bolts, or nuts I should say, on the scale. So they come in at about 277. The cut weighs a gram or two, but I just don't want to do the scales. So that's 277. These ones, titanium, 169, 167. So it's you know, probably 100 grams, 110 grams saving in weight just on the little titanium stud upgrade. The beauty. It's about 1/10 of a second around Eastern Creek. Nice. So here we've got our titanium studs. They'll be going into an alloy block, so it's recommended to use a bit of multi-purpose copper grease, which is a high temp anti-seize grease. So it'll just help whenever I have to get the studs out in the future and stop it from snapping off. And yeah, we'll do an installation video and see how they go. Just need a little 4mm Allen key because they've got a little, you can see it, but they've got a little stud, a little Allen key bit, so these should be pretty easy to install. So yeah. So installation's pretty easy. I'll just get them in hand tight first, and then I'll torque them up to about 50 Newton meters. It's kind of hard to work out how tight to do them to. Doesn't really say in the manual in English anyway, but I know the nuts that go to the studs are about 38 to 47 Newton meters, so I'll probably do it up to about 50, just so I know they're tougher than the nuts that hold them on. So there you go, guys, the titanium studs are installed, pretty much ready to bolt the turbo on. Get that bolted up next. So yeah, just coming along. It was a pretty easy job. I couldn't really get them as tight as I wanted to because it's only a 4mm stud and you can't really get it as tight, but they're up as tight as I can get them without stripping the heads off the studs. So yeah, job well done, I think. It looks good too.